George Gurdjieff has said, "You are in prison. If you wish to get out of this prison, the first thing you must do is realize that you are in prison. If you think you are free, you can't escape. What are the prisons that I call home?" George Gurdjieff is one of the most significant masters of this age. He is unique in many ways. Nobody has said things in the contemporary world the way Gurdjieff has said them. He is almost like another Bodhidharma or Chuang Tzu, apparently absurd but in reality giving great indications toward the liberation of human consciousness. You are asking about one of his significant statements. He often used to say, "You are in prison." Sometimes he was even deeper into reality, and instead of saying, "You are in prison," he would say, "You are the prison." That is more true. If you wish to get out of prison, or better to say, if you don't want to be a prison, the first thing you must do is realize that you are in prison. Or you are the prison. This is something to be always remembered. As one of the first principles for any seeker of truth, the tendency of the human mind is to deny those things which are ugly, to hide those things which he does not want others to know, to hide in such a way, in such depths of the unconscious, that even he himself becomes unaware of them. This way he maintains his superficial personality. Gurdjieff had a story about it. There was a magician who used to live in faraway deep forests. And he had many sheep because that was his only food. In those deep forests he was keeping all those sheep, just to kill them every day, one by one. Naturally, the sheep were very afraid of the man, and they used to run into the forest being afraid that any day could be their day. Their friends are gone, there is no reliability. Tomorrow may be gone. Out of fear they used to go far away, deep into the forest. And to find them was a tedious job every day. Finally the magician did a trick. He hypnotized all the sheep, and told every sheep, "You are an exception, everybody may be killed. But you can never be killed. You are no ordinary sheep, you have a divine privilege." To some he said, "You are not sheep at all, you are lions. You are tigers, you are wolves. Only sheep are killed. You need not hide yourself in the forest, that is very embarrassing. Because a lion hiding himself in the forest in the fear that he will be killed. Only sheep are killed." And in this way, he managed to hypnotize all the sheep in different ways. He even said to a few sheep, "You are men. Human beings, and human being don't kill each other. You are just like me. Never be afraid and never escape out of fear." Since that day, no sheep escaped and hid in the forest. Although they all saw every day that one sheep was being killed, slaughtered. But naturally everybody thought, "That must be a sheep. I am a tiger, a lion, a human being. I am special and exceptional, I have a divine privilege." So many different stories he put in their minds. Gurdjieff says that unless you realize the first thing, that you are in prison, that you are the prison, then there is no hope for freedom. If you already believe that you are free, you are a hypnotized sheep that believes himself to be a lion exceptional. There is no need to be afraid, that even believes he is a human being. He goes on seeing other sheep being killed, and still remains in a hypnotized state, never being aware of his actuality. To be free, if you already know that you are free, there is no problem. All the religions together, perhaps unintentionally, have created a tremendous hypnotic state. People believe they have immortal souls. I am not saying that they don't have. I am simply saying that they don't know what they are believing. And because they believe they have an immortal soul, they never discover that they already have it. They have been told, "You are the very kingdom of God." And it is so comfortable and so consoling to believe. But then there is no way to seek and search and find whether your hypothetical belief has any truth in it, or is just a hypnotic trick used by the society to keep you unafraid of death, to keep you unafraid of disease, old age, to keep you unafraid of your loneliness. Your God may be just a psychological hypnosis. It is not your discovery. That is true, that much is absolutely true. It has been implanted in your mind, and because you go on believing in it, your belief prevents any adventure in seeking the truth. Ordinarily, you have been told continually that, unless you believe, you will not find. But the truth is just the contrary. Belief is a barrier, it is not a bridge. Those who believe never find, because they never even begin the search. There is no need. You are in prison and you think you are free. You are in chains but you think they are ornaments. You are a slave, but you have been told that you are humble, that you are simple, that this is the way a religious person should be. You are surrounded by many hypnotic strategies, developed by society down the ages. And those hypnotic strategies are the root cause of your ignorance, of your misery, of your unenlightened state. Hence, the first thing to realize is that you are in prison. The moment you recognize that you are in prison, you cannot tolerate the prison. Nobody can tolerate it, it goes against human dignity. You will start finding ways to get out of it. You will start finding people who have already gotten out of it. You may start seeking and searching outside help beyond the walls. Because there are people beyond the walls ready with every kind of help. But they are absolutely helpless. If you believe that you are living in absolute freedom, if you believe this imprisonment is your home, then, of course, it is absolute nonsense even to think of getting rid of it. The wall that keeps you a prisoner, you think is a protection. Then there is no question of making a hole in the wall and getting out. Or finding a ladder, or taking some help from the outside. A rope can be thrown from the outside, a ladder can be arranged from the outside. But this is possible only if the basic thing, that you are in prison, is recognized. George Gurdjieff was consistently insisting, this is a basic realization. Without it, there is no progress toward enlightenment. If you think you are free, you can't escape. What are the prisons that I call home? All the so-called homes are nothing but prisons. Because they don't give you freedom. They only give you security, safety, and in place. They take away your very being, your freedom, your joy, your dance. But certainly they give you security, safety, and naturally you have to pay for it. The price that one has to pay is immensely great in comparison to what you get. You have to sell your very soul. But what is the point of safety and security? You were searching for security and safety for your being. And in the very search you have sold your being. Now you are secure and safe, but what is the point? For whom is the safety and security? It does not serve you, it serves those who have managed to convince you that if you give your soul, your being, we will take care, then you need not be worried, then we are responsible for your safety and security. The moment you give up your responsibility, you give up everything. Then you are just an empty shell, without any meaning and without any essence. Your homes are nothing but beautiful prisons made by you, decorated by you. You think they are protecting you. No, they are destroying you. Certainly they protect you from the rains and they protect you from the winds. And they protect you from the sun, but for these trivia, they destroy you completely. You lose all joy, you lose all freedom, you lose all sense of direction. You lose the very purpose you are here for. You get lost in your own home. You become too much concerned about the furniture and about the decorations. And you forget yourself completely. This forgetfulness is a kind of deep psychological sleep. Your wife, your husband, your children, nobody is yours. All are man-made, arbitrary relationships. Even your own children are not your own. They come through you, they don't belong to you. You belong to the past, they belong to the future. There is no connection, there is no relationship. Hence, as man has become more and more intelligent, there has come a great generation gap.